Welcome to my Excel video on estimating the population percentage or proportion. Now, that's the formula we need to use to construct the confidence interval for a percentage of population. We need to know p hat, a z-value, q hat, which is 1 minus p hat. So if p is 20%, q will be 80%, and n is the sample size. And you would always want to estimate as an entity or as a corporation or as some kind of an agency. You'd always want to estimate the percentage of people that vote for this, vote for that, the percentage of people that buy black color cars, the percentage of people that smoke, the percentage of people that visit a theme park when they travel. So the percentage of people that take a cruise ship to holiday or they go to Europe with an airplane or something. So there's always somebody trying to figure out some kind of a percentage about something, and that's the formula you use to do that. Now I've given you two examples because there are two different ways you could be asked this. You could be given p hat, which is right here, or you could be given an x and an n where you have to divide and get p hat. So like one additional operation here in this problem. So let's start with this one. In a survey of 1,002 people, 68.7% said they voted for the recent presidential election. All right, now it says find a 99% confidence interval estimate of the proportion of the population who say they voted. Now here my sample size is 1,002, so my n is 1,002. That's how many people were surveyed. P hat, sample percentage, was 68.7, but we need to write it as a decimal. So 0.687, so 0.687. Now Q hat is always 1 minus P hat, so you'll say equals to 1 minus P hat. So there's your Q hat. And it says 99%. So for 99%, 2.576. So you either memorize it or you compute it. I'm going to keep computing it. So, but before you compute it, remember you have to divide that by 2. So equals 0.99 divided by 2. And then you have to add what? That's right, 0.5 to it. There you go. So now you type norm.s.inverse, and the probability is 0.995. That's the number you use to actually calculate the z-value for this. 2.576. Okay, so let's write the z-score here. Let's go with 3 decimal places. So 2.576. And now I'm ready to calculate the left-hand side and the right-hand side looking at this formula right here. So equals p hat, which is that, minus the z-value, which is that, times the square root of, so SQRT, the square root of, p times q over n, so p again, times q over n. That's how you figure out the left-hand side of that confidence interval formula. Now let's do the right-hand side. Yeah, I'm not going to copy and paste it, so I'm just going to type it again. So for the upper class limit, it's again p hat, but this time plus the z-score times the square root of p hat times q hat divided by n. It's the same thing. So it's the same thing with the plus and the minus. So your p is going to be between, so if I type that, and let's make that a text so it won't give me a hard time. So my p will be between, let's say I want 3 decimal places, so I could actually round this to 3 decimal places. And I can round that to 3 decimal places. And if I say give me 3 decimal places, that's what you type on the lower part, or for the lower confidence limit. So you write 0.649 for the lower confidence limit. For the upper confidence limit, you write 0.725. And that will be your confidence interval for the percentage of the population using a 99% confidence level. All right, so let's look at the other one we have here. For this one, it says, okay, so many people visiting theme parks. Okay, so a survey of 1,233 people. So here n is 1,233. It says how many of them took the trip? 111 of them. So 111 of them took the trip. Find a 95%. So for 95%, the z-value is 1.96. But again, as I said, I always like to calculate it. So again, before I calculate it, I have to do what? That's right, take the confidence level, 95%, divided by 2, and add 0.5 to it. It's the same thing every time. Okay, so now I type norm.s inverse, and I just type that last probability after I added 0.5 to half of my confidence level. Okay, so let's say I ask you for 2 decimal places here. Get round, so 2 decimal places here would be 1.96. So my z-value will be 1.96. Now my p-hat is x divided by n. So that's always the definition of p. P is always x divided by n. So from back in module 2. So equals to p-hat is x divided by n. See, in here they gave you p-hat. That's why I broke it into 2 examples. But here you don't have p-hat, so you have to figure it out by dividing x by n. Okay, once you have that, then q hat would be 1 minus p hat. And you see, you don't need to worry about the number of decimal places because I'm never going to ask you to type this on a test or anywhere. I just want you to type the final answer. And for the final answer, you don't need to worry about how many of these you should write because you're just going to click on it. So you capture the whole thing. You only round the final answer. Anyhow, so let me bring that formula down as well so you can see it. I'm just going to put it here. Okay, so you could see it when you're typing it here. So the lower confidence limit will be equal to p hat, which is that one. So you clicked on it. It didn't matter whether you wrote 0.09 or 0.00024. You're just clicking on it and capturing the whole thing. Minus the z-value times the square root of p hat times q hat. So p hat times q hat over n. And that will be that, and the other side will be again p hat plus the z-value times the square root of p hat times q hat over n, and that will be the right hand side. So again, I can write this as p being between let's say I want 3 decimal places again, and let's say I want 3 decimal places again here. Alright, so the left hand side or the lower confidence limit will be 0.074 and the other side will be 0.106, and that will be my confidence interval for that exercise. Thank you.